Welcome back to the podcast.
Are you triggered yet?
No.
I think Miller's triggered. He's whining again.
Because I told him it's bedtime.
He's triggered.
Now he's going to go in the toy bucket just to piss me off.
Are you grouchy this morning?
No, I'm actually in a wonderful mood. I've been singing all morning. I started my day by tackling the things that I avoid. Highly recommend. And it was literally, it took me 2 seconds. It was so easy. Not 2 seconds. Obviously, it took more than that. But it was so easy. And I don't know why I avoid things that are not necessary. And then it causes me stress and anxiety.
So many people do that, though. It's such a normal thing. I don't know why we do. We just put it off because we don't want to do it because it's not going to be fun. But then the fact that we're putting it off, it's still like hanging there, and it's like.
And it wasn't even like like I've done it so many times that it's not even. I don't even really have to use my brain or any mental capacity to do it. So it's like I can just be. So, anyways, I did that. Started my day off with that. And I feel good.
Good.
Ready to tackle a painting I've been working on.
I might paint some more today as well.
We need to get more paint.
The exciting lives that we lead.
I would much rather live my life than 90% of the population.
Yes, I agree, but these aren't very exciting things.
I love painting. Speak for yourself, ma'am.
No, I mean, painting is exciting, but the fact that we need more paint is not an exciting topic. Anyway. This episode, we talked a lot about energy reading and healing. I had a lot of questions. I know Kristen has a lot of information about it. We don't know everything, but I was asking her some questions and just kind of getting a sense of what it was all about, and it was really interesting. I definitely feel like I learned some, and there's still more questions though.
We could do a podcast where you ask me questions about health.
Yeah.
Health and wellness.
Exactly. Then we also talked a lot about consistency, because we both now believe that consistency is key. Did you just shake your head?
No.
Did you mock me?
No.
I can rewind the video.
Yeah, I know. But you won't.
That's true. I won't. I don't care much. Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, it kind of was just a casual conversation, like what we would typically talk about. I guess most of our podcasts are like that, but this one was even more so. I don't know if it was just...
I think it was my energy, because I've been feeling like off the last few episodes, and I feel like I'm finally getting back into like having ideas again and be like, oh, I'm so curious about this, and it's just taking me a bit to bounce back to my norm.
I'm happy you're back.
Back in black.
Back at it again with the
Backstreet's back.
Okay, I'm not gonna keep doing that. I'm like, what else is there?
Alright, well, we hope you enjoy this one. If you want to support us, like, subscribe, and share, or you can buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/triggeredpod. Any other business?
Our email, raccoonsinastrology@gmail.com. Did you just say that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, our email. I don't know if you said it loud enough for the people in the back.
raccoonsandastrology@gmail.com.
Raccoons has 2 C's.
And 2 O's.
And 1 N.
And 1 N.
Alright, I think we get it.
Okay, enjoy the episode.
We haven't showered in 5 days, manifested anyway. Every day's a payday. Wait, what the fuck did Kris just say? Messy's in the hole, I bet. Come hang out with our furry friends. Courtney's gonna leave again. Are you triggered yet?
I have a question for you. So this is something that has been running through my mind last little bit, because I keep on seeing people posting energy updates. So I get the whole energy update thing. It's for the collective. Like, this is what's going collectively. My question is, who is qualified to do it? Can anyone give an energy update for the collective?
Yes.
Anyone can?
Yes.
How do you go about getting the energy update? How do you come up with it?
Just make it up.
As we do here on Are You Triggered. I was wondering because like a lot of people who do these energy updates, they're like energy readers. That's
Yeah.
what they call themselves. Okay, so I had some questions within that. Is energy reading like a qualifier for energy healing? Do you have to be able to read energy collectively, or if you're doing healing, does it only matter that you're reading the person in front of you?
What was the first part of that question?
Energy healing, energy reading? Do you
Yeah,
have
the
to-
first part I had an answer for it, but I don't remember what it was.
Does it? I don't remember what I said. Rewind. Do you have? What did I say? Let me
Oh
consult
my
my
God.
notes. You don't remember what I said either, so.
Yeah, because you kept asking more questions, and I had an answer for the first one.
Oh, do you have to be able to read energy collectively?
No. I think part of the energy healing, I think you develop more of your intuition and you develop more of that connection, your psychic abilities as you heal people. Once you're attuned to that healing energy and you have, and then it's basically every time you're working on someone, you're practicing, in my opinion, a form of meditation, connecting to that source energy, to your higher self, your intuition, and you're just, I don't know, feeling the energy as I'm acting as if I know what I'm talking about.
Well, you know more about it than I do.
And I guess I've had a Reiki session.
Oh, I want one so bad. I can consult my notes here. I guess that kind of answers my other question, is like, do they have to be intertwined? Like, can you be an energy reader and give energy updates without being a healer?
Yes.
But like,
That's
do you
just
think
like
that
the
would
energy
come-
updates of people who do the energy forecast, like with astrology. They're just using like what's coming up in the stars and.
But don't you think that if you were doing that, then you would already be attuned to the energy? Like, if you're not going by astrology, but you're like tuning into the collective energy, wouldn't that mean you probably are able to do the energy healing?
I do not know the answer to that question. I would love to know. I would love to be.
So curious.
We could just play, and I could pretend to do a Reiki session.
Oh my god, I've been asking for you to do a Reiki session
But
on me.
I think we have to call it something else. We have to download something. Sorry.
Let me get on the Google then.
I'm being an asshole.
Like, instead of calling it Reiki,
Yeah,
like how
because-
people call it.
Because
different-
Reiki, you have to be attuned and certified and all that stuff. But if we have our own energy healing,
See, that's what I mean. I think that anyone can attune themselves into that. Like, I don't feel like you have to. Maybe it's like a program that helps you kind of get there, but I feel like it still could be possible on your own because someone had to create Reiki. Christina Channel, she created the
hi.
hi.
Hi, guys.
Goodbye. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. So, what is your favorite thing about energy?
Everything's energy, so it makes sense that you can heal by just shifting the energy in your body, and it's all it's so crazy. I love everything about
I
energy.
just like full body. It's like, woo, my body's like, we like this.
Yeah.
So, like,
It's.
how
I would
does-
go to an energy healer before I go to a doctor.
Oh, yeah. I totally get that. How does a Reiki session start? Do you like, let's do some guided meditation?
No.
Do you have to be in like a calm
I
state?
feel like every Reiki practitioner probably has their own ways. Some incorporate singing bowls, music in the
I wanna go to
background.
that one.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'll bring my own bowls. Here, use these.
Yeah, Greg was looking at singing bowls for me. They're so freaking cool, but I want
That'd
the
be
crystal
amazing.
ones.
Yeah. that'd be so
I
cool.
definitely want a crystal heart bowl.
Mm.
But yeah, so every practitioner does it different and will incorporate different modalities with it. The first Reiki session I had, I was like, this might be a dumb question, because she gave me a blanket and told me to like lay down on the bed. I'm like, do I like keep my clothes on?
I think that's a normal question.
And she's like, yes, and
I think that's a normal, because like it's easy to read the energy if you're not like wearing a giant hoodie. Do you think?
she said dress comfies. Well, that's what I told Greg when he went for his, because I figured, so I just wore comfy clothes. But yeah, and then they start by, it's been so long. I don't know if she started off by touching my head and then like to start, or maybe it's feet, and then at the end I know they touch your feet, or she touches my feet, and that's how like it closes it. But basically she just moves around and follows where her intuition is telling her to go.
So cool.
And then there's different like hand things, signals, not signals, signals.
Are they doing non-verbal sign language?
Yes.
I
And then
think
after we would sit down on that beautiful purple couch, and then I would pull a card, and then she would tell me like what came up. She told me the one Reiki session that there was black goo in my heart or my chest, and she was like pulling
I bet
it,
there wouldn't be.
and
now.
there was pain,
Wow.
and
I believe it.
and my heart was closed. And what else? Oh, and Archangel Raphael was there.
Is he the one with the he's a green aura? If you see, no. Is he
I don't know, but
red?
he's like the
then he's green. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see like green aura, like if you have a dream maybe, or if you're having a meditation, if you see like a green aura, that's usually Archangel Raphael.
Yeah. And it was interesting because I was also like not researching, but listening to a lot on angels at that time. And this is Kyle Gray. He has
you sent me a video.
Yeah.
With something, I don't remember anything other than that there was a video I watched.
Yeah. I
That
don't
is it.
remember what it was either, but
It was like you do like something. It was like a little quiz, and you see what angel.
oh yeah,
there
and mine
or
was
something.
Archangel
I
Raphael.
think I had the same one.
And then it was interesting.
I loved it. He was very informative.
Yeah.
I feel like
If
I
anyone
need
wants
to
to
go back
do
and like look at his
any
stuff.
research on angels, Kyle Gray is the guy to do it with.
I also want to point out, I did kind of flip through the one book you have that talks about Reiki. I don't remember what book that is now. And
Reiki healing for beginners.
that's it.
But it's like, you need to be attuned. So I'm like, oh, I thought I could just.
You can attune yourself. There's literally no rules. Anyways, it was saying there they will ask you if you want to be touched. Some practitioners will do it, some practitioners won't. If they do, they like will tend to ask and be like, "Are you okay with that?" And if not, then they won't. So if anyone is concerned, I was curious about that because I'm like, do they? Can they? You know, does it make a difference? But I don't know. It's just so
That's a curious question. If it makes. Like, I wonder if they are actually contacting your skin.
I think there's something about skin-to-skin contact that is so important.
Like
as
on the movies
humans.
when someone touches someone and then they get a vision. I always am waiting for that to happen.
It's waiting for the vision.
That's so Raven. We quote the best Disney shows. Not actually. The worst. Best worst.
I was actually, since you brought this up, I was going to wait to the intro to ask this. What is your favorite worst Disney Channel movie? So not Disney movie specifically, or it can be, but Disney Channel movie.
Oh shit, I don't even know what.
I have one that I'm thinking of.
For me or for you?
I feel like you would think of it if you remembered it. And I know we've talked about this recently, not too long
Let's go
ago.
with the hologram singer.
Hologram, that's the word. I was trying to think of it, and the only words I could come up with were like heliotrope or like hermaphrodite. I'm like, what is the word for? I always forget the word.
Hermaphrodite.
I always forget the word hologram. That's just a word that does not come easy to me. It's just gone. I never remember.
But what was that
hologram.
movie even called?
Pixel Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
It's like so bad, but we watched it so many times.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. I would have to have a list of all of them.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. Was Pixel Perfect. I think Right on Track, which we talked
Oh,
about.
that would probably be up there.
Gotta Kick It Up. The cheerleading one.
Yeah.
There's probably some with like Hilary Duff that are on there. I don't remember any other ones. Yeah, we should like go back and look at the list of them and see like what ones we remember, because that would be so funny. But Pixel Perfect, if anyone is wondering, they need a performer of their band, so that's like a female band, and then this kind of like a nerdy guy who's like the sound. He's like the sound engineer for them or something. I don't know.
He's the tech.
He's the techie. And so they need this like performer. So like the lead singer, she plays guitar and she's like in love with this guy. And he doesn't know it, of course, as they never do. So then they're like, we need this performer. And he's like, I created a hologram. I created a heliotrope. What is a heliotrope?
I feel like a helio. It's something sun, light, something.
Anyway, so
It's something.
look it up for us, would ya? He created this hologram who, does she sing?
Yeah.
She sings and then she's like dancing. She's more of like the performer because the lead singer, she just was like kind of awkward and shy. So then this guy starts falling in love with this hologram that he made, and this hologram's like, I want to be a real human, and then her nose grows when she lies. I'm just kidding. But she wants to be real, and then she ends up going into the World Wide Web or something. I don't know. She goes into like the net.
She goes into the.
And then she ends up getting into the brain or like the body of the original lead performer, the guitarist. And do you remember this?
No.
So she gets into her body, and then her body's like, I can only handle one person or whatever. So it's like, okay, if she stays in, the hologram, and Kris staring at me like, go on. So if the hologram stays in, then she dies, and then, or it's like one or the other, so like she can't stay.
They
like,
can't
the hologram-
coexist together.
Yeah, but the hologram can't make it back out. Like she's either
Doesn't she
there
shatter?
or she like. I don't remember that part. But anyway, so as the hologram, as this girl, she's in the hospital and she's like, I'm gonna go feel the rain. So she runs out in the rain, and then she lets the other girl take over because then she finally got to feel the rain. And then the guy realizes that she's in love with him, and then happily ever after. And they win. Oh, and there was a band. There was a band in that movie that was called the Moistelettes.
Also, I can't believe our
So
podcast
funny.
has become about
Okay, I'm
explaining
done.
a horrible movie.
I'm sorry, I'm done. It's just so funny.
It is really funny. I think I would probably watch it again if I had a way of watching it.
I feel like we would start it and then we would be like, no, we can't.
Oh,
I feel like we would just be like,
what
No,
movie
I
did
don't
we
think
do
I know
that for?
I tried to watch Thumbelina.
Oh, I was thinking about that. I'm like, that is the most boring movie in the entire world.
I
It is
love that.
deadly boring.
Why did I loved it so much when I was young? Like, this girl was like
Don't explain this movie,
on a
please.
bumblebee. I'm just
She was the size of a
flying-
thumb, and she was Dumbledore.
flying. Thumbelina. She was flying around on a bumblebee, and who doesn't want to do that? Anyways, I have another topic to discuss.
Okay, let's diverse. No, that's not what I
Let's
meant.
dive in. Let's dive in to the next topic of the day: consistency.
Condensation. Propylene glycol.
We already did compound interest. That was the last episode. Do you think that's too
That's
loud?
probably annoying everyone, Miller.
Miller! It's bedtime.
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 No,
Hey.
it's bedtime.
Good boy. See if he stops chewing. He's pretty smart. He knows when it's bedtime, but he's okay. Do you think? I know we kind of talked about this earlier, and I wasn't sure if you were kidding or not. That you don't believe consistency is key.
I think it depends on every person is different, and I think one thing might be good consistently for you, but another thing might not be consistently good for you. Consistently having coffee every day, is that good for you?
I don't think having coffee one day is really good for you.
It's polyphenols. Or I made that up, I'm not sure.
I know that it can cause like anxiety and whatever. And
But,
body
okay.
sweats.
Consistency is good.
It's so if you're doing something
It's
that's good for you.
Boring.
Oh
I
my
get
God.
bored of consistency.
Okay.
I like to switch it up. Consistently switch it up. That's me.
Yes. Okay,
Tea.
that is good. Like switching up different. I don't know. Like I use different like manifestation techniques. Not that I'm really doing any right now, but like if you were gonna be working out, say you wanted to get fit, you would consistently do a little bit every day. It doesn't have to be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're consistently moving for like
Mhm.
15 minutes every day. That's gonna build up over time instead of doing like Miller. Instead of doing like 30 minutes like really hardcore one day and then like do 3 days where you're like don't really do anything. And then you do one like really hardcore. I feel like it's just if you just do like a little bit over time, you get there and you have that habit.
Consistency is key,
Right.
especially for creativity and
Yeah.
for the book I'm writing. If I show up every day, and sometimes okay, that's not the last little bit over the holidays. I was not consistent, but
That's okay.
getting back into it, if I sit down, sometimes I write a sentence. I know I've said this before. Sometimes a lot I'll just be in the flow, but at least I'm showing up and. I'm showing the universe that I'm committed, so then I'm going to keep getting those inspirational
Hits.
one-hit wonders.
I think that it's also easier to get back into it if you've been like doing it, because they say you got out of it like you did over the holidays and you were only doing like 15 to 30 minutes every day. It's like when you go back into doing it, you kind of already had that habit started. Maybe you were not like fully into it yet, but if you think about it, I think of it like this, like, hey there. He's so cute. Okay, I think of it like this, like for dog walking, sometimes it's so overwhelming to go like every single day, going on like an hour walk, and especially when you have
same spot.
in the same spot, and especially if you have to drive somewhere,
or if there's
to get
other
there.
people there.
And if it's muddy,
And
and
there's other
everybody's
dogs.
so it's kind of
We're really nice.
So it's kind of like sometimes you really gotta like force yourself to get up and do that stuff. But if you commit to like 30 days of exercising your dog, however way you want, like if that's 2 15-minute time slots of going outside and running around, or like I started taking Miller out in the field over here just for like a change of scenery, but like I was getting over being sick, so I'm like, I can only do maybe 15-20 minutes before I'm completely out of energy. So I'm like, well, as long as I'm consistent and doing like, if I'm only doing 15 minutes every day, at least we're both getting out and we're moving, and maybe it's not the greatest, but we're getting there, and every day's a little better. And if we keep up on that, then it's not like we have to like catch up on all of that, but you can't anyway.
Literally taken Oliver into the village and taken him to the park, and I walk a circle. It's a 10-minute walk, 10 minutes, and I know Ollie's never impressed when I'm like, okay, we're going, like, get back in the pickup, but at least we got out, we went and did something together, he got a little bit of exercise. I'll usually let him swim in the creek there, and he loves that, and sometimes it's like, whatever.
And then we were also talking about consistency when it comes to like mindset strategies, which is not like a new thing, but I'm trying to. I also read The Untethered Soul, and it is amazing. I second that. How, like, as you said before, that was your favorite book. And so I just read it. I read it in like 3 days. So good. And I'm trying to implement the things that I've learned, and it's hard. It is really hard. And I'm like, oh, I just want to feel like that centered, that groundedness, which does not come natural for me. I want to feel centered, and I want to feel that like bliss of like not caring what the outcome is, and like that literally puts you in a higher vibration and things come to you. So like I'm trying to practice that feeling, and then I get discouraged because I try to like let something that bothers me just let it kind of flow through me, and sometimes I get lost in it, and then I get mad at myself, and I'm like, this is so hard. But it's like if I just keep doing it, and every time that I catch myself, like the fact that I'm catching myself is great, and every time I catch myself, I pull myself out of that and kind of just have more awareness of my thoughts, then every time it's going to be that much easier, and I will feel the really good effects of it. It's just going to take some time, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Slow progression.
Yeah. It's so hard because I want to
Miller.
Stop.
You're
Go
gonna
lay
be
down.
banned.
Go lay down.
You guys are assholes. Don't you whine to me.
Go lay down, Miller.
Oh my god, everyone's gonna hate us.
It's like, Mom yelled at me.
Oh,
Good boy. I don't remember what I was saying. I don't know. I think that on like New Year's Eve, I had a mental breakdown, which is not out of the normal for me. It's very normal, but I was just feeling like really, really low, and I was like, getting from that spot when you are feeling really low, it's not like you can turn around like that. You can have some good days along the way, but it's going to take a bit to get to a state where you feel lighter like most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I feel heavy as fuck right now. And like, I don't know, I think I feel a little bit better now. So I feel like it's incorrect for me to say I feel like everything's like dark. I don't know, it's really hard to describe how I was feeling today. It was like really dense, charcoal gray.
when I got up this morning and she comes into the room and she's like, what a dungeony day. So maybe that's how we should describe it.
Yeah.
The collective energy is dungeony.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
I thought dragon. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, never mind. I'm not explaining that.
Okay.
That's very silly. Yeah. Can we do an energy update? So, sorry, going back to energy update. If someone's like giving an energy update for the collective, it's like the collective is feeling this. So if
Maybe
I'm
they're putting
feeling
it on the
this.
collection plate.
Up for offer. Here you go. Oh, and they're giving it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Moving on.
processing what you're telling me
I'm
very
not-
slowly.
And I'm making it up.
So if, let's say I'm going to give an energy update for the collective, but if I'm feeling what the collective is feeling, can I not just tell you how I'm feeling? What my energy is?
No, because yours is everybody's energy and is going to be different. Like in
Then
numerology,
Could they do a collective energy update if everyone's energy is different then?
because there's still the collective energy. So collectively, we're in a year 7 for numerology.
I thought that was last year.
No, last year was year 6,
Which one's the
which is the
relationship?
last year.
6 is relationship.
Yeah, 7
7.
is like more inner focus, lots of trans.
But
I don't know.
Libra is like correlated with the 7th house. Libra is the 7th sign, and that's the relationship sign. Does not correlate.
It's not
Sorry.
adding up. It's all fuckery and fake.
I don't know much about numerology because you also have like personal years too.
Yeah.
I want to know what love is.
I was gonna. You literally read my thought.
I know because you've said it so many times that now I'm thinking it. I want to know more about numerology.
Me too. You know who we should interview? Jody with a Y, she knows more about numerology. We could just ask. Like, we could have Numerology for Dummies podcast.
Yeah.
Way.
Way. I feel like. Oh no, I'm thinking of Enneagram. Never mind. There's just so many things. It's hard to keep track of them all.
Yeah. My brain's pretty like, it's just chilling in the dungeon.
With the dragons.
Listening to some slow electronic.
She usually raps.
I do not rap.
You rap all the time.
Give me one example.
This morning, or this yesterday, you were like going down the basement stairs.
That
and
was
you're singing
actually-
Eminem.
Okay, but I didn't.
And then you sing like Kanye all the time. You're always rapping. Not Kanye.
I was gonna say one.
I don't know any of them. But you were literally always rapping. I never. You always rap.
I mean, it was just Christmas time. Of course, I was rapping. Yeah. That's lame. I also sing a lot of different styles of songs. I sing.
You're either making something up, singing the most annoying song, or you're singing rap.
Okay.
I don't know why you don't know how much rap you sing. Maybe you just don't realize.
Maybe I don't know what I do.
Forgive me, Father. She
For I
does
have-
not know what she does.
I have sinned.
She knows. She does not know how much rap she sings.
Why does rap sound like the weirdest name for a genre of songs? Rap.
There's more that are
Let's
weird.
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Okay.
That's good. Yeah, I'm happy. Well, not like energy.
I mean, not like.
I am pleased with the way this podcast has gone.
Okay. I have nothing of particular importance to add, so.
If you want to support us, try to make us happy, you can buy us a coffee with, what is it? What did you say was in a coffee?
What?
You said there's something in coffee.
Polyphenols?
Polyphenols.
But I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I
You
made
can buy
that.
me coffee, maybe with polyphenols. We'll get back to you on that. .com/triggeredpod.
Wow.
Wow.